and politics without being political. Everybody is welcome here on Hard Facts, no matter what party you belong to or don't belong to. But quite often, when we talk about governance, people are talking about things they want government to do differently or things about government that they don't like. And at that point, the question becomes, why don't you vote for people who will do these things for you? And they often say, well, we don't like any of the candidates we see at the elections. And so the next question becomes, why don't you make sure that at least one party brings out a candidate you like? And the next thing the person says is, well, I'm not a party member. Aha. And that's our big hard fact today. Independent candidacy will not be possible in Nigerian elections without a constitutional amendment. So basically, as long as we haven't changed the constitution, waiting for independent candidates is a waste of time. Until we change the constitution, complaining about the parties is a waste of time. Whether you like it or not, the people who will be elected to govern you will come from one of these parties that you don't like. So the only way, without an amendment, to get policies and candidates that more Nigerians are enthusiastic about is for those same Nigerians to join the parties that make those decisions. But party membership is relatively low. Party involvement is low, at least until election time. So part of what I want us to look at today is why. Why is it that even though so many Nigerians complain about what the parties have to offer, more Nigerians are not joining the parties to improve them? Joining me to have this conversation is somebody who knows a thing or two about all of this. Apart from his day job as a product executive, he's also a political analyst and a retired politician, as well as a chief. Chief Obuoforibo, welcome back to Hard Facts.
Glad to be here, Sandra.
Lagos.
Retired but not tired.
Lagos, as we talk, I want to hear from you. The big question I'm asking is if you are a registered member of a political party. It doesn't matter what party it is. All parties welcome. You don't have to say which of the political parties. Just say yes or no. It's okay. Even if you are not a registered member, are you an active participant in a party's activities? So you're not registered, but are you actively participating? If not, why not? What are the reasons you've not been involved in party politics? How about those around you? What are the reasons that they are not involved? If you don't like any of the parties that we have, do you think it's more likely that a new party will emerge that you like? Or that people like you will join some of these existing parties and change them? Now, before I take your calls, let me talk to Chief Obuoforibo a bit. Before we get into it, Chief Obuoforibo, are you a registered member of a political party?
Yes, I am, Sandra. I'm a registered member. I will not tell you the party I'm registered. As a chief, I do not politic anymore, which is why I'm a retired politician. But I always maintain that every Nigerian should be involved in the political process.
A lot of Nigerians, especially working class and middle class Nigerians, say that trying to join a party is a waste of time. What do you say to that?
Well, let me start by saying everybody is a member of a political party. Everybody in every election since they turned 18 has cast a vote for a political party, whether they actually went to vote or not. Now, what do I mean? We have a proverb, a parable in my town. Indulge me, I'm a chief. You can't say chief, don't tell us a parable. So, the animals were called for a meeting to discuss, animal kingdom issues. And the goat and chicken were eating. Goat was eating grass.
Okay.
Chicken was eating corn. And they assessed the matter and they said, belle first. So goat and chicken told the other animal, no, you people just go without us. Animal said, but we're going to take decision then, and won't you come? Goat and the chicken said, no, anything you will decide, just say that we agreed. So they stayed and they continued eating their grass and their corn. When they got to the meeting, the king of the animals said that, look, the gods have spoken to us, and they said that we should choose one animal from among ourselves, or choose two animals that human beings can be using to do sacrifice. So all the animals said, okay, goat and chicken. And the king said, would they not disagree with this decision? They said, no, they told us that anything we decide, they agree with us. And so that's why till today, when people are doing sacrifices, goats and chickens are what we use. And that's what happens every 4 years at elections. Oh, I don't belong to any party. I didn't vote. I'm not involved. Guess what? You just voted for whoever won. It's that simple. So everybody's a member of a political party.
But what are the benefits of party membership in Nigeria?
Well, apart from not being sacrificed like a goat or a chicken, I think the biggest benefit when it is allowed to be reaped is the ability to choose before the election who stands for the election, or the ability to choose the people who choose the person who stands the election. That's the fundamental benefit of a party. And the reason why on paper that benefit exists is that members of a political party are gathered together with some set of common interests. It's not one and it's not infinite. There's a set number of common interests that they share. And the idea is they bring their political power together, one man, one vote, one woman, one vote, and they come together and they choose people who they believe can advance those their interests in government. And then they now stand as a bloc to vote for those people. Before voting, they also move around as a bloc to campaign and gather people who are not members, the proverbial goats and chickens, and get them to also support their candidates. So that's it. A party is supposed to protect your interests in government by helping you choose the people that get to be presented to the public as their choices.
Now, you've done politics in Nigeria, but you've also done politics in America. What are the key differences between party membership here in Nigeria and in other countries?
I think difference number one is that you will cry blood before you see your membership card for a political party in Nigeria. Nigerian political parties treat party membership like it's membership to Ikoyi Club. You know, it's not, you have to bring your firstborn, you have to bring, it's a really tough process to be seen as certified and recognized as a party member to be able to access all your rights. And it should not be the case. That's I think, at a practical level, that's one of the big differences. The second big difference is the one that people always say, and it's become something of a cliche right now, is that the parties in some other countries, like the US, which you mentioned, are more ideological, while in Nigeria, the parties are not really about any particular ideology. Now, a lot of people condemn that about Nigerian parties, but that's just the nature of our politics at this point in history. I don't want to get into that too much. I don't want to derail the question you asked me, but it's not a thing that will change overnight. Let's just put it that way. But those are the things that really distinguish Nigerian parties from parties in other places. And that's chiefly because, really, unlike other places, Nigerian political parties are sponsored by the leaders. And as long as you have parties that are sponsored by the leaders are really the parties are really acting in the interest of the leaders. Because a party will always act in the interest of whoever funds it. Just like a company always acts in the interest of its shareholders. Now, we've just seen the American election. Joe Biden defeated Donald Trump. By the way, both men recorded more votes than any other presidential candidates in American history. So both men did a very good job in that election. And if you look at the money that was spent, Biden and Trump themselves did not spend money on their own elections. Other people were contributing money. And it wasn't just like, party leaders. Oh, the honorable party chairman has brought 10 million. No, it's regular Americans counting money out of their paycheck and sending to their party, sending to their candidates. So, of course, that party won't be doing the will of one leader somewhere.
But you also have those. But you also have those parties being funded by sometimes big corporations.
Yes.
Which is why you find political parties in a place like America, for instance, sometimes enacting policies that favor some of those big corporations.
Yes.
So, is that not their own equivalent of our own big men?
No, it's actually not.
Okay.
Because let me put it this way: which party is Dangote funding? Dangote is funding both major political parties. There is no particular political party that you can say with clarity is working for the interests of big business. What I mean by big business is these big corporate oligarchs somewhere. The corporate oligarchs in Nigeria will be just fine, no matter who is in office. Now, there's some argument that one party is more business friendly in general than another party, and I of course, I can't go into that as the chief. I told you before this phone call, I won't go into all of that. But you don't have the same thing you have in America, where the Chamber of Commerce in a particular city donates money to the Republican Party because they understand that the Republican Party will push the interests of business in this town. At the same time, the trade union in that city will donate money to the Democratic Party because they know that the Democratic Party will push policies that favor the workers in those same businesses. So in a way, the Democrats are Balogu and the Republicans are Broad. But,
nice.
but that dichotomy is clear in America in a way that it's just not here in Nigeria.
Now, you're a retired politician. You've even run for office. And you're the perfect person to ask why registration exercises with Nigerian parties trigger so much conflict. We're seeing it right now with the APC, for instance. Why does it trigger so much conflict?
Simply because party registrations in Nigeria serve a different purpose than simply, let's increase our party membership. Party registration is often seen as a show of power by the leaders inside the party. So let's say, Sandra, you and I are both party chieftains. I hate that word. But we're both party chieftains in Nigerian Info Party. And we want to prove, each of us, maybe we both want to become governor. Right? So we want to prove to the top party leaders that, I know you're already the president. I'm sorry for bringing you down to governorship. Okay, so let me say, Chukwudi and I both want to run for governor. And we want the ticket from the Nigerian Info Party. But we want you, President Sandra, to endorse me or him, right? So what we want to do is we want to show you, President Sandra, that if you put the party in my hand, I can deliver votes for the party.
Okay.
So, when President Sandra, you declare, it's time for party registration or party revalidation, each of us wants to register more members than the other. In 2 weeks, I brought 10,000 people to register for Nigeria Info Party. Chukwudi only brought 3,000. Loser, I'm the one that should be the governor. Right?
I see.
Now, because of what is at stake, and because of the nature of Nigerian politicians, most of them, who are ready to do and undo, do or die, each one seeing the other one coming to register with a big group of people, say, if I let this happen, Sandra will not give me the ticket eventually. So let me suppress their registration. Let me go and remove the clerks from there. Let me remove the register from there. Then the other person will say, hey, you want to cheat me? I'll go and beat up his people. And then you will start seeing fights. Then somebody else, a very smart person, maybe sheriff will say, you know what? Let me just make sure party cards don't get there. If party cards don't get there, neither Chukudi nor Andy can register their supporters. I will hide all the party cards in Colin Steke's house. Then at the end of everything, we will go there with our supporters and register all of them. Then at some point, Joyce will find out this is happening and she'll say, and then she will pack boys and go to burn down Colin Steke's house. So that's what happens.
I don't know how our presenters will feel about being the political players in this story. But Lagos, I want you to talk to me for a bit. Are you a registered member of a political party? You don't have to say which one, just say yes or no. Even if you're not a registered member, are you an active participant in a party's activities? If not, why not? What are the reasons that you have not been involved in party politics? What about those around you? Because I just saw a tweet right now. The person said, never, and I will never be. And he didn't say why he will never be. He just said, never, and I'll never be.
Did you say whether he's goat or chicken?
No, he didn't mention that. And I'm sure he didn't listen to that story either. Now, if you don't like any of the parties that we have, do you think that it is more likely that a new party will emerge that you like? Or that people you like will join some of the existing parties and change those parties? Which one do you think is most likely to happen? Is more likely to happen? 0700-993-993-993. Hello, thanks for calling. Hello. Hello. Good evening. What's your name?
My name is Okori. I'm calling from Motion.
Can you turn your radio off? All right, so your name is Okori, eh? Oh, no, that's too loud. Sorry. If you're going to call us, please turn your radio off so that we can have a conversation that isn't noisy. 0700-993-993-993. Are you a registered member of a political party? You don't have to tell me the name of the party. If you are not a registered member, are you an active participant in the party's activities? We've got an anonymous caller on the line. Hello, anonymous. Welcome.
Hi, Sandra.
Hi. Good to have you on the show. Go ahead.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Actually enjoy your show.
I'm glad.
This is my first time of calling, and I thank God I got you.
Yay. Welcome.
Thank you. Okay, on the discussion, really, I don't have a particular party.
Okay.
But I vote on individuals.
Okay.
Yeah. If I feel you have the what it takes for a candidate to deliver, to put the country forward, I vote for you. I'm not for the party. I don't belong to any particular party.
Why don't you belong to any particular party?
I don't know. The candidate they bring may not be, may just be there for his or her own personal ambition. So I have to support a person that can support or promote the country.
But yeah. do you think that maybe if you joined, you'll be able to get other people that you like to join, and that way you may have people you like who will be great candidates?
Well, I need to think about it.
That's fair. That's fair. Thank you so much for calling Anonymous. We appreciate it. We've got Christopher in Ikoyi on the line. Christopher, how are you? Is Christopher there? No, he's not. Sorry about that, Christopher. Call back if you can. Chief, that's a sentiment that I hear quite a bit, a sentiment that Anonymous shared. What do you say to people like Anonymous?
So she, if I understood Anonymous properly, because I couldn't quite hear, she was saying that she doesn't support parties, she supports particular candidates.
Yes.
If she sees a candidate she likes, she will go and support that person.
Yes.
And yes, and it's fair. Let me first start by congratulating Anonymous and giving her kudos, because she is involved in the process. Okay. Right? Mm-hmm. She didn't start at the beginning, but she's involved at some point in the process. Mm-hmm. And we should always encourage that. Mm-hmm. Now, the thing there is, so let's say you're hungry. You're hungry. You don't tell the people in the house what to cook. And then you come home. It's anything they give you that you will accept. If they now tell you, okay, what we have is dodo and rice, but actually what you wanted was soup and swallow, you don't have a choice at that point. You have to choose either the dodo or the rice.
Mm-hmm.
But if you started early, at the point when somebody was going to market, and you made your choices clear then they would make sure that they bought the ingredients to cook the thing you want. And that's the difference between being a political party member and being a voter who waits to see which candidates emerge from the party process. You have a smaller pool of choices. So, for instance, let's be honest, in any given presidential election in Nigeria, only 2 candidates can win.
Right.
Now, your choices are limited to those 2 candidates. It's the same thing at the local government level, state level, LGA level. It's 2 or 3 parties that are in contention.
Right.
So the real race is which of the 50, 60, or 100 people who won the job will end up getting one of those 2 or 3 tickets. And what you want for?
If you are the register of a political party.
First of all, are you a member of a political party?
No, I'm not a member.
Do you participate in political activity?
I do vote, but I did not register to be political to a political party.
Okay.
I register.
Okay.
But if you look at Nigeria politics, it's different from other countries.
Okay.
Like in US, those who are in the Republican Party, they are there. Not in Nigeria. Tomorrow, you don't have what you gain in PDP, you go to APC. It is better not to belong. And if you see a credible candidate you like, you vote for him. Like you take of APC during the time of former governor of Lagos State, Fashola. That man was nice and good in education and everything. For that, I vote for Fashola. For the case of president, I vote for Goodluck Jonathan that time. But as for me, in Nigeria here, there are credible candidates in APC and PDP.
There are yes. There are terrible candidates. But have you imagined that perhaps if you joined, you could have a say in who becomes candidate? Because by the time, Tony, by the time we get candidates, it's already too late. When to save the day is before candidates emerge, and that's where people like you come in.
Okay, listen. Before you become a school candidate or you become a member, there are a lot of evil meetings they go in the night. You may not like to participate. They swear blood. Which one is never the best?
We have a politician. Hold on. We have a politician on the show. Let me ask him whether he swore blood. Chief Obuoforibo, did you swear blood when you were joining your political party?
I did not swear blood.
Did you do evil things in the night when you were joining your political party?
No, nothing evil except for crying and crying.
Wait, why were you crying?
Our politician must cry at some point, right?
Okay, are you hearing me now? I cannot tell you detail everything.
So you would rather believe they swear blood than believe somebody that tells you they're not swearing any blood?
I have a question. Okay. Don't you believe that Fashola swore blood?
Do you believe that Fashola swore blood?
As for me, I may not believe, but before they get there, they do one or two things.
He became governor without swearing blood?
That is it. That's why it's very difficult to be a political party in Nigeria. Because most of them have something good in mind. Getting to the office, surrounding them there, the people surrounding them, we made them to do nothing.
All right, we need to take a break, unfortunately. We're going to take that break, come back, and continue this conversation. Tony, thank you very much for calling. Chief Obuoforibo, stay right there, Lagos. Let's talk politics after this break. You're listening to Hard Facts on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Are you a registered member of a political party? It's a very important question because every time you call me, we have sentiments like that of Mr. Tony, who is calling to the show today. Chief Andy Obuoforibo is a retired politician. He's a political analyst and he's a product executive. Don't go away, Lagos.
Hey, Rent Money will lend you up to 6 million naira in 24 hours for business or personal needs. So, for loans of up to 6 million naira, visit rentmoney.com or call 0700 5500. Call us now. Our phone lines are open till 11 p.m. Mondays to Fridays. Need money? Rent Money.
Guy, what's in the make you scatter house like this? I beg, you help me see my Airtel SIM. I carry and give Shade yesterday. But you know they use him again now. Yeah, you don't carry carry my bonus give landlord picking. Now today you go pack out. On top Airtel SIM?
Yes, so if you don't reach 15 days where you never use your Airtel SIM, go find them now. Because why? Obonga will full on top of. Hey, get 2,000 naira airtime plus extra 200 MB for just 200 naira. The more you recharge, the more you are woofo. To begin enjoy this awoof, just dial *241*7#. Terms and conditions, Joe.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Hey, babe.
Hey, hon. How are you?
I've had a very hectic week and I'm looking to have some fun. Let's go out this weekend.
Where do you want to go?
I want to go to Upbeat Center.
What's that?
It's the first trampoline park in West Africa. They have trampolines, wall climbing, foam pit, dodgeball, video games, and sports such as football, basketball, and volleyball. And do you know the best part? They have a great waterside restaurant where we can eat and chill when we're done.
That sounds like fun. Let me call Peter and Omotaya so we can all go as a group.
I can't wait.
That's right. Get ready to up your fun with numerous physical and fun activities at Upbeat Center, located at number 11 Admiralty Road, Lekki Phase 1. For more information, visit upbeatcenter.com or call 0818-8844-991. Upbeat Center. Up your fun, up your life, up your fitness.
Guy, what's in the make you scatter house like this, I beg, you help me see my Airtel SIM. I carry and give Shade yesterday, but you know they use him again now. Yeah, you don't carry my bonus give landlord picking. Now today you go pack out. On top Airtel SIM?
Yes, so if you don't reach 15 days where you never use your Airtel SIM, go find them now. Because why? Obonga will full on top of. Hey, get 2,000 naira airtime plus extra 200 MB for just 200 naira. The more you recharge, the more you are woofo. To begin enjoy this awoof, just dial *241*7#. Terms and conditions, Joe.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Uncle Dentist, what are cavities? And how does Colgate protect my teeth from cavities? Does it use Kung Fu?
No, dear. Most tooth pains are caused by tooth holes called cavities. When you brush daily with Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection, its expert formula locks natural calcium in our teeth and helps protect them from cavities.
It's time to upgrade to the world's most chosen toothpaste, Colgate, because Colgate locks calcium in.
Keeps cavities out!
Colgate is recommended by the Nigerian Dental Association.
You get to win money. You get to win 10,000 naira cash on the Just a Minute game show. Call into any of our shows: The Morning Crossfire, What's Up Lagos, The Sunny Side, and Hard Fact. Answer as many questions as possible in 60 seconds, and you stand a chance to win 10,000 naira. Winner will be announced on Hard Fact. Just a Minute, the game show for everyone, right here on your #1 station for talk, 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Powered by Creditville.
It's a new day, a new beginning. As you prepare for the day ahead, just anything is not enough for a delightful, healthy start. Start your day right with Holland your earbud. Taste creamy vitamins and nutrients. Life is so different with you. Hollandia Eva.
Hollandia Eva milk. Right nutrients for a healthy breakfast.
Hey, Oga and Madam, you don't see the room now. Make I show you the toilet where you go to share with other neighbors.
Now the toilet be this.
What's the apple?
Oga agent, you mean say na general toilets clean come white like this,
Yes, now. See what's in they use take cleaner and kill the yama germs come out.
Hypo toilet cleaner. Wow.
Wash your toilet at least once a week with Hypo Toilet Cleaner to keep it sparkling clean and germ-free. Available in sachet for 35 naira only.
Madam, now 2 years landlord one collect.
We go pay for 6 years,
I won't tell you the secret of better food. Na the no chicken and classic seasoning powder. The ingredient they take make am na natural by nature, like real chicken, rosemary, black and white pepper, garlic, onion, parsley, mushroom, coriander. If you knack no seasoning powder for inside your jollof, fried rice, egusi, and all other soup, you go know say flavor pass flavor. No seasoning powder. Natural by ingredients. Bangba by flavor.
Yes! Thank you, I love it!
Sorry, ma, please put your mask back on.
Oh, sorry. It's hard to control my excitement when I get free data to use as I like.
Your mask, ma.
That's right. Get up to 36 gigabytes to use for 6 months when you buy any 2 smartphones of your choice for you and that special someone from any Glow World outlet. But hey, remember to keep your mask on and observe social distancing through your excitement. This smartphone festival offer is exclusive to Glow World stores from the 8th to the 22nd of February 2021.
Unlimited.
You get to win money. You get to win 10,000 Naira cash on the Just a Minute game show. Call into any of our shows, The Morning Crossfire, What's Up Lagos, The Sunny Side, and Hard Fact. Answer as many questions as possible in 60 seconds, and you stand a chance to win 10,000 Naira. Winner will be announced on Hard Fact. Just a Minute, the game show for everyone. Right here on your number one station for talk, 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Powered by Creditville.
99.3 Nigeria Info, your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
Welcome back to Hard Facts with Sandra Ezekwesili.
This is Hard Facts with me, Sandra Ezekwesili, Lagos. We're talking about party registration. Normally, I don't ask if you are a registered member of a political party. But when we talk about governance, people are talking about things they want government to do differently or things they don't like about government. And at some point, the question always turns to, well, why don't you make sure at least one party brings out a candidate you don't like? And that's when you hear, I'm not a party member. Sorry, brings out a candidate you like. And that's when you hear, I'm not a party member. And then it brings me to our big hard fact for today. Independent candidacy will not be possible in Nigerian elections without a constitutional amendment. As long as we haven't changed the constitution, waiting for independent candidates is a waste of time. Until we change the constitution, complaining about the parties is a waste of time. Whether you like it or not, the people who will be elected to govern you will come from one of the parties you don't like. So the only way, without an amendment, to get policies and candidates that more Nigerians are enthusiastic about is for you to join the parties that make the decisions. But party membership is relatively low. Party involvement is low, at least until election time. So that's why today we're looking at why, even though so many Nigerians complain about what the parties have to offer, more Nigerians are not joining parties to improve them. Talking to me about all of that is somebody who knows about it. He has a day job as a product executive. He's also a political analyst, as well as a retired politician. He's also a chief Obuoforibo. Thank you for staying on the line.
My pleasure, Sandra.
Now, there are so many Nigerians who say that there's no fundamental difference between the parties. They say it's because the parties lack ideology. You've said this earlier on while we were having this conversation. People also point to the rate of defections of top politicians as another sign that the party system in Nigeria is rotten. Do you agree?
Well, it's a complicated question, but I'll try and simplify my answer. I think people are putting the cart before the horse.
Okay.
You don't sow yam and expect to reap plantain. The truth of the matter is this. All over the world, Karl Marx put it best. Karl Marx said that political parties are always nothing more than the political arm of the will of a particular class, right? So earlier on, we talked about the Republicans and the Democrats in America. Why does big business fund the Republican Party? It's because the Republican Party historically represented the interests of the business-owning class in America, right? The people who belong to, the trust funds who own business. While the Democrat Party represented the working class, represented organized labor, right? So, and then that's where both of these parties got their funding from. you represent the will of this class. So this class will, from its money, from its economic activity, will fund your party. So Democrats represent the labor, the working class. So the working class, the trade unions, from salaries, they pay their labor dues, and that goes to funding the Democrat Party. So now ask yourself, in Nigeria, what economic class do the major political parties represent? The truth is that the major political parties represent the people I call the contractor class. They represent people whose economic activity is getting government contracts for a living. Now, some of those government contractors also get government appointments. They become commissioners, ministers, and all of that. And then, when they've been in the system long enough, somebody calls them, say, hey, come and run for governor, come and run for LGA chairman, come and run for House of Assembly. So you see, the people who get elected office, they come from the same group as the people who get political contracts. They come from the same group, government contracts. Same group of people who get political appointments. It's all the same group. And that group, from the money they earn and the money they steal, they fund the political party. And so the political parties don't need an ideology because the people, the class who they represent also don't need an ideology. The ideology is you chop, I chop, right? The only thing that you could point to as an ideology that came up out of the Nigerian political party system in the Fourth Republic is rotation and zoning. It's an ideology that the choice of a political candidate should be based not only on merit, but also on justice, equity, and fairness, that the thing should go around to every part of the country or every part of the area.
Okay.
Now, that is because rotation and zoning is an issue that is only of importance to these contractors, government appointees, and elected people. If you think about it, does it really matter to you or I where my president comes from? It doesn't matter to us, it matters to them. So you see, it's their ideology. So that leads to the question, if you want political parties in Nigeria that are ideological, then the people of Nigeria who live and die by ideology should be the ones funding those parties, should be the ones organizing those parties, should be the ones populating those parties. But they don't. They leave it for the politicians and then wonder why the parties don't have ideologies. So that's the fundamental issue.
But isn't it a losing battle if the parties are filled with a couple million people who see things one way, and then a couple thousand other people join in late in the game thinking another way? What hope can they possibly have of influencing the parties?
The truth of the matter, Sandra, is that those numbers should be reversed.
Okay.
These people who control all the major political parties in Nigeria, count them. I've actually sat down and done that math before I retired from politics.
Okay.
They can't be more than 100,000,
Okay.
200,000 at the most.
Okay.
Do you know the number of Nigerians who are registered with any political party at all? The number of people like Anonymous and Tony. If 8 million Nigerians decided to join the two major political parties, they will outnumber the leaders of those parties. If 20 million Nigerians decided to divide themselves into and join the two major Nigerian political parties, they will hijack them from the current leadership. So the numbers are reversed. The problem is that enough Nigerians have not decided to stand up and say, you know what, we don't enter this political party matter and we don't enter our school. When we do that, we won't recognize this country.
Nonye from Surulere says, when I see a party with real and serious ideologies, the parties we have lack ideology and they practice afodimpa politics. So till then, I no join. That's exactly what we're talking about. And there are too many Nigerians who have this sentiment. Chief Obuoforibo.
This is like saying, Sandra, you are in a car, you are in Victoria Island, right?
Right.
You're in Victoria Island.
Right.
And the car is going towards mainland.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And somebody is saying to you, take the steering wheel, take over from this driver and turn this car around to take this car to Aja.
Right.
And you are saying, no, until I see that the car is headed towards Aja, I'm not going to do anything. The people in control of the political parties are not going to wake up one day and say, you know what? People who listen to Sandra's show want the parties to be ideological before they join. Let's change the parties and make them ideological so that they will join. What they're going to say is, oh, they're waiting for us to make this party ideological. When they wait now, we will continue.
Okay, during the NSAS protests, there was talk of perhaps a youth party coming up. Other people were saying FEMCO, that's a feminist coalition, and the other organizers of the NSAS protest were showing the beginnings of a party structure, right? Now, do you think that activism and social movements can give birth to new types of parties that more Nigerians could support? What are your thoughts even on a youth party?
Okay, so let me first start by saying that the idea of a youth party, I think that people should always be careful. There is no group of people who are automatically better or worse than running a country than any other. Young people and old people will both be equally incompetent, equally corrupt, or equally competent. The people who plunged Nigeria into crisis in the 60s were all in their 30s and 20s. So I don't believe in 86 and 70s. So I don't believe in this idea of, oh, it must be youth, or youths are not ready. You have idiots in every age group. As a chief, I can attest to that. And you have competent people in every age group. Youth or age is not the factor. But moving on to your wider point, and you're asking whether activism and these other things can serve as a trigger to create better parties, more ideologically oriented parties.
That more Nigerians can support.
Yes. Not only will I say yes, I will say that is what has always happened everywhere in the world. Let's look at the British parties, for instance.
Okay.
They didn't start out ideological. If they carried you as you are now, and dropped you in Britain in the 1700s, you would recognize the political system and you would think that they dropped you on Balende. Because what will you see? You will see political talks, you will see vote buying, you will see press your hand, I'm watching you. You will see that the political parties don't have big membership. It's just a few big men. You will also see that the political parties are not ideological. So how did they go from having parties that are just like ours, that were not ideological and all of that, to what they have today? In political science, we are taught that it's a natural progression. What happens is that when they're doing that, they are not them, right? That we're seeing right now here in Nigeria, that they saw in Britain in the 1700s.
Also in America in the 1800s.
That's exactly right. Enough of the people who are excluded, like Tony and Anonymous, will say, look, these people, they are not favoring us. These parties don't represent us, but they're the ones controlling government. No, we don't go. Then they start contributing their own money to form their own party to challenge those parties. So what now happened in England is you saw the rise of the Liberal Party. The Liberal Party said, look, business people are not being included in this politics. The Democrats are controlling the politics. But business people, it is our task to keep in this country afloat. And so they rose up and formed their own party to challenge. And eventually they took power. Then now the workers, after a while, the workers said, these liberals, these business people who they were oppressing before and formed their own party, they are now oppressing us. The laws are not good. The laws don't favor the working man. So the labor unions now started funding their own party, which they call the Labour Party. And that party now brought a socialist ideology to challenge the laissez-faire liberal conservative ideology of the Liberal Party. And that's how we now had, well, you see, they went from non-ideological cabal parties like we have today to ideological parties. But who did it? It was not the cabal that blessed Britain with ideological parties. It was regular British people like Anonymous, Anthony, and you and I who formed their own parties, funded their own parties, and challenged. The problem is that Nigerians keep waiting for Ram to vote for Salah, for Turkey to vote for Christmas, for the corrupt politician to give them liberty.
All right, let me take a few more calls from Lagos. 0700-993-993. Are you a registered member of a political party? You don't have to tell me which one it is. If you're not a registered member, are you an active participant in a party's politics, in a party's activities? What are the reasons that you've not been involved in party politics? Those around you, how far? Remy is in Akoka. Hello, Remy. Thank you for calling.
Hi, Sandra.
Welcome. Go ahead.
Yeah. I joined the political party late last year.
Okay.
Do you mind if I mention the name?
If you want to, I don't mind. No.
Yeah. Have you heard about Youth Party?
No, I haven't.
Okay, you can Google.
Well, there are several youth parties, actually.
There is a party called Youth Party.
Okay.
You can check the handle on Twitter. Youth Party _NG.
Okay.
I left a message under the on your timeline when you asked about joining youth party, a political party stuff. I left a message under the tweet.
Okay.
So you can see the link there. So myself and some youth in my neighborhood came up. We selected someone who's interested vying for councillorship post.
Okay.
Which the election comes up probably 5 months from now.
Okay.
Yeah. And we started a door-to-door outreach sometime in January.
Okay.
So every Sunday, we know the amount of polling units. We have 47 polling units in our ward.
Okay.
The ward is Ward D in Bariga LCDA.
Okay.
In Shomolu.
Okay.
So we choose to go across the 47 polling units. We want to cover all the streets from now to the week of election.
Okay.
Telling people about the party and the candidates as well.
Okay.
So that is our plan. And we believe we have to start from that level first. I wouldn't mind if you guys probably grant us interview maybe after the election. Either we win or we don't win.
Okay.
I said I wouldn't mind you guys interviewing us.
We will talk about that off the air, but I find what you're doing very impressive. Well done.
Sure.
Well done. Thank you very much for calling us, Remy. We've got Christopher in Ikoyi on the line. Christopher, hello.
Finally, President Sandra.
Welcome. Go ahead.
Is High Chief still there?
Yes, he is.
High Chief, good evening, sir. High Chief, sorry to all.
Good evening.
For me, I don't belong to any political party. But out of the two, I see one as more like a national party, right? President Sandra, you see the last senatorial election in Lagos State. Because Andy, High Chief is talking about being a member. The person that won the senatorial election here, he just joined the party, and the old members there are complaining. But at the end, one man would decide who will go, who will run, either from the primaries or the general election. Then being a member of a political party, look, for example, what happened in Edo. You want to tell me it's only PDP members, card-carrying members that voted Obaseki in? Asking a High Chief. Hello?
Go ahead. He'll answer when you're done. Go ahead.
So for me, we Nigerians, the voters are more in number compared to those card-carrying members. But where I have problem, the ruling party always have maybe like deciding this thing with the INEC. That is my problem. If not, the voters are more in number compared to card-carrying members. And even if you're a card-carrying member, one man in that party always have the final say, which is wrong. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for calling us, Chris. Chief, before we go, because we're completely out of time, if somebody wanted to get involved in a party, right, what should they do? Because I was talking about how independent candidacy is not going to happen until there's a constitutional amendment. You talked about the UK and what they had to do to get to the point they are at the moment where they have several parties. We had Remy who called in and said, well, this is what we're doing as youth party. This is how we're mobilizing as youth party. if someone is listening and they wanted to get involved, how do they do it? What do they do? Chief, are you there? Hello?
Sandra, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Sandra?
Now I started hearing you. Go ahead.
Okay, sorry. I said if you want to join a party, you have to first, all politics is local. You have to find the party structure in your locality where you want to join. You have to go, you have to learn who they are, start working in the party. At the end of the day, being a member of a party means dedicating time or dedicating money or both. There's a reason why in some places, in some parties, only one man makes a decision. If you're in a political party and one man makes the final decision, you're not in a political party, you're in a gang. And Nigerians need to learn, instead of joining gangs, to join parties and express their will. That is what the political party is there for. Not for you to be told what the will is, but for you to express the will. So either you force them to hear your will or you go to the party that will allow you to.
Okay. All right, then. Either you force them to hear your will or go to a party that allows you to do it. Do you think that parties like Youth Party, the one Remy talked about earlier on, do you think parties like that have a chance?
Every party has a chance. And I remember there was a point in time where some of the, like now the party that is now the ruling party only had one state, Lagos.
Mm-hmm.
So every party has a chance.
But these
If
parties,
enough people-
these parties have more money.
Yes, for now. Did anybody know that NSAS protesters can raise 100 million and scare the government so much that they freeze the accounts of people who broke no law?
All
Now
right.
imagine if that is, and they raised that money in less than a month. Imagine serious Nigerian youth interested in politics raising money for 24 months. That's 2.4 billion.
Chief Andy Obuoforibo is a retired politician who's also a political analyst as well as a product executive and a chief. And he joins us occasionally on Hard Facts to talk policy. Thank you so much, Chief, for talking to us on the show today. We really, really appreciate it. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, Sandra.
Lagos, I've got comments on WhatsApp, but we don't have the time to get into these comments because I need to give you a chance to win 10,000 naira on the show. You win 10,000 naira every day on Nigeria Info. So let's give you a chance to win yet again today.
Do you earn an income? Are you in need of funds for your child's school fees? Is your car or equipment old and needs a replacement? Do you need a loan for personal or business use? Whatever your business or personal need, CreditVille has got you covered. Simply dial 0805 510 0010. You can also send us an email via info@creditville.ng or log on to www.creditville.ng. CreditVille, financing you for a good life.
All right, that's it. We've got, let me see, what's the high score for today? The high score is 6. So the person who wins today has to score 7. If you're going to be our winner today, you have to score 7. That's the way you win. The number to call is 0700 993 993 993. Now, if you've been listening to the show from the beginning, chances are you're probably going to win just a minute on Hard Facts because the questions come from the conversations that we have on air. Sometimes some of the questions are even about what we just talked about, and you know it's no different today. So 0700 993 993 993. Hello, thanks for calling us.
Hello, good afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon. What's your name?
Babatunde Amjad.
You're here for just a minute?
Yes.
Your time starts now.
Okay.
This is Just a Minute.
Which state had the highest number of confirmed COVID cases yesterday?
Lagos.
Lagos State Task Force demolished buildings on Foreshore Street near which landmark?
Lekki Toge.
Lai Mohammed says the government will not permit what to hold this week at the toll gate?
Protest. Because it will be hijacked.
Who is the Attorney General of the Federation?
Abubakar Malami.
Say that again?
Abubakar Malami.
The Attorney General is also always Minister for what?
Minister of Chief.
In what area of Lagos did armed...
Obalende.
Why is independent candidacy not possible in Nigeria right now?
Skip.
Skip?
Because of membership. People are not interested in membership.
What court order this week has the federal government not yet obeyed?
That's CBN to unfolding accounts.
Okay, so that's correct. Let's see. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Unfortunately, you are not our winner. Let's have somebody else try, and maybe that person will be our winner on the show. Huh? Anybody else willing to try? 0700-993-993-993. Hello. Hello. What's your name?
Hello, Sandra. Good evening.
Good evening. Are you here for just a minute?
Yes, I am.
Okay, then let's play. Your time starts now.
This is Just a Minute.
Which state had the highest number of COVID confirmed cases yesterday?
Lagos.
Lagos State Task Force demolished buildings on Foreshore Street. Near which landmark?
Yeah, toll gate.
Lai Mohammed says the government will not permit what to hold this week at the toll gate?
Protest.
Who is the Attorney General? Who is the Attorney General of the Federation? The Attorney General is also always Minister for what?
Minister of Justice.
In what area of Lagos did armed gangs have a shootout today? Why is independent candidacy not possible in Nigeria right now?
Because the constitution does not until it is changed.
What court order this week has the federal government not yet obeyed?
The freezing of NSA account.
Congratulations, you are our winner today. Congratulations, you are our winner today. Well done. Stay on the line.
Do you need to meet up your goals for the year? Then here's the good news. Goals are easily achieved by choosing Creditsville as a reliable credit assistance. Creditsville is accessible and reliable at all times. With Creditsville,
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.